Welcome back to the video series A Campaign from A to Z. This episode is going to be all about sending automated emails. But first of all, let's have a recap on this user journey. On a social media page, a visitor gets a targeted ad which will lead to one of our landing pages. On these landing pages, visitors can select an offer, they can browse and select, and if they're interested, they can request a brochure. So if they request a brochure, they will immediately receive this brochure via email, and when some time has passed, and if they match a specific pattern, they will receive a follow-up email which is targeted specifically at this persona, at this pattern. So in this video, we are going to look at this part. We're going to look at identifying a contact, we're going to send a brochure, we're going to set up an engagement plan, and send a follow-up email. Okay, a lot to cover, let's get started. Let's have a look at how this looks on our landing page that we have previously set up. I can visit this page, click details, maybe some more. Can also go back to the main site, click details maybe of a city, and then request the brochure. Let's enter my name right here. And go. Okay, so this will trigger a automated email campaign that will immediately send me this brochure with a personalized email. So what happened behind the scenes? Let's have a look at Xconnect Helper. You can see right here that my user has been identified using an identifier, and the name has been set. I can flush the session and then go back to experience profile and have a look what we have here. So I have this visit, and I can now see, okay, this visit has triggered pattern mountain climber. I can see the mountain retreat campaign has been triggered. I can see the teaser goals that we have previously set up. This way I can actually use this information for further personalization. Okay, so in order to use this experience profile, you need to identify a contact. I'm going to go into Sitecore forms right here. And we have this one form set up. There we go. And on the submit action, we have a number of actions set up right here. First of all, we're going to save the data in order to export it later on. And then we have this identify contact action right here. This is part of the Sitecore Forms extensions module. It's a free open source module. It's a very important feature to use. So you can select which field you're going to use as identifier. What this Forms extensions module also offers is value providers, which I can use on specific fields. So I can say the value provider is set from a XDB contact facet right here. And I can also say store in value provider, which means when I submit, this value is updated in XDB. This is just one way of realizing something like this. You might prefer creating an own submit action, which then just needs some custom implementation. So next thing we're doing is we're going to trigger an outcome, which is called requested brochure. And then we are going to send a specific email campaign message. This message is called your brochure. We can say which email field we are going to use, and we can map a token, which is for first name, on this form. So let's have a look at this send brochure email just shortly. Go to email experience manager. Go to automated campaigns, and here's this brochure email. You can see we have attachments, which is the actual brochure that we send as attachment. We have the message. It's currently protected because the campaign is running. And yeah, that's all for now. Now that we are triggering an outcome, it can also be a goal, but I decided to use an outcome because it's an important event. let's have a look at marketing automation. So what we have right here is a brochure request campaign. And this is set up as follows. The starting point is trigger an outcome, which is called requested brochure. First action is we are going to add it to a list called brochure requests. This list just contains all contacts that requested a brochure on this site. What we then do is check if the contact matches one of these profiles. So if it's a city explorer, if someone maybe entered the city landing page or clicked on a number of city offers, they are going to be sent down this way. Contact is going to be added to a specific list, and then the contact will receive another email, fancy as city adventure, which is more specifically targeted at this visitor. So same is with mountains, but they don't get a follow-up email. So in order to show how to set up an email like this, I'm going to pause this campaign. Then we are going to go to Email Experience Manager, create an automated email campaign. We have a number of templates right here. Let's call it Mountain Retreat. There we go. Now let's set up a simple message. Remove this block. These pre-built email templates are available out of the box in Sitecore, which is very handy. Is a good starting point. Let's select one of our images. So I'm just going here for basic text. And we can actually send the visitor to our Mountain Retreat landing page. Okay, so this is not perfect, of course, this is just as a demo. We need to activate this message. I'm not going to classify it as a service campaign because this is a marketing email and the user might want to opt out. And let's activate it. Okay, so now we go back to marketing automation, our brochure request, and now that we say this targets specifically people interested in mountains, we can send an email right here. I can say Mountain Retreat, and that's basically all I need to do. Everything that I needed to set up I've already done in Email Experience Manager. We might want to add a little bit of a delay and not immediately send. So let's add the delay right here. Say 2 days and save. So we can now reactivate this campaign. To go and remove the end date. And ready it is again. It's as easy as that. So to recap, we have identified a contact, we've sent a brochure using an automated campaign, we've set up an engagement plan that sends targeted automated follow-up emails and that creates contact lists.